Hi, I Aziz welcome you to CoedMaster, and in this video I am going to talk about this problem. So let's get started. Let's see this problem. So we are given an array and our task is to reverse the order of the elements in a given array. So to understand this problem better, let's see this example. So we are given an array and there are 5 elements in this array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after reversing the order of elements in the given array, the array looks like this. The elements are now arranged in reverse order, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But here we have one condition, that we cannot use any extra array and we just have to reverse all the elements of the array in place. So I hope now you have a good understanding of this problem. So let's pause the video and think about an algorithm to solve this problem. Okay, I hope by now you would have written at least basic program to solve this problem. If not, do not worry, I'm here to help you. So let's see the efficient approach to solve this problem. But before we jump to the solution right away, let's do some observations. So here we are given an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after reversing this array, the array looks like this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you observe this array carefully and if you observe this result carefully, you can see that there are 5 elements in the number and the position of 3 remains unchanged. Apart from this, first last element moved to the position first, second last element moved to the position second, third last element moved to the position third position, fourth last element moved to the position fourth, fifth last element moved to the position fifth. So if I draw all these observations using arrow, then it would look like this. So we have an array. This element is going to this position and this element is going to this position and 3 remains unchanged. And if we have even elements in the array, so this element is going to this place and this element is going to this place. So we can say that we are ultimately swapping 2 elements by each other. So what if we have 2 pointers here? First is representing the number that is on the left side and we call it low pointer, and the second pointer that is representing the number towards right side and we call it high pointer. So we start with L equal to 0 and H is equal to 4 and we swap the number. Then we move both the pointers close to each other. So the L becomes 1 and H becomes 3 and then we swap 1 with 3. Okay. So the idea is pretty simple. We need 2 pointers L and H and we initialize L with 0 and H with the largest index in the array. And we run a loop till L is greater than high. Means until L crosses H or until L meet with H, we are going to run a loop. And in each iteration, we are simply swapping for both the elements present at those indexes and then we bring L and H close to each other by incrementing L by 1 and by decrementing H by 1. So this is the basic idea. Now let's see how we are going to implement this idea in the code. So in this implementation, we have a function reverse array. This function is taking array is input and we are initializing a variable low with 0 and high with array length -1 because array index start with 0 and goes till length -1. And then we are running a loop till L less than H, means till L crosses H or L meet H, we are going to run this loop. And in each iteration, we are going to swap elements present at the index L and H. And in the last, we are increment L by 1 and decrement H by 1 so that we can bring L and H close to each other so that it can meet at some point. So let's quickly try run this code and see how it works. So let's say we have an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In first iteration, our L is 0 and H is 4 because 1 is at the 0th position and 5 is at the 4th position. We store the value of array of L means 0 to temp variable and then we are storing a value of H to array of L means array of 0 and then we are storing value of temp to array of H, and this way we swap both the indexes. So this way we swap elements of both the indexes and then we increment L by 1 and decrement H by 1. In next iteration we are going to swap array of 1 with array of 3 and then we increment L by 1 so L becomes 2 and decrement H by 1 so our H becomes 2. In next iteration we check if L is less than equal to H, and this time L and H are equal to each other. So at this point the condition becomes false and loop gets stopped. So the output of this input is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is a reverse of this array. Okay, so far so clear. Now talking about the time complexity, how many times loop is going to run. So let's say if we have even number of elements in an array, then it is going to run 4 by 2 times. It means half times, right? That is equal to 2 times. And if there are odd elements in the array, for example 5, then it is going to run 5 divided by 2, it means 2 times. So it means in both the cases our loop is going to run n by 2 times. So the overall time complexity is going to be theta of n. And what about space complexity? As we are not using any extra space, we are simply running a loop and using some variables. That is why the space complexity of this function is going to be theta of 1. Means we are taking theta of n time and theta of 1 space to solve this problem. So before we end this video, let's have a quick recap of what we have done so far. So we are given a problem, and in that problem our task is to reverse the order of all the elements present in the array. And we saw the efficient approach to solve this problem. And by doing some observations, we reached to a conclusion that we can use 2 pointers, low and high, and run a loop till L crosses H. And in each iteration, we just swap the elements present at the index H and L. In this way, we can swap all the elements. And we get the array in reverse order. And the time complexity of this approach came out to be theta of n. So this is it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.